Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We are back for another day. We made it through the weekend. It is Tuesday, not the first day of the week, but it is Tuesday. So this is the first day of this week. We just had a long weekend for Memorial Day, but we're ready to get back at it. What's up, Boba? Broda? Discipline? Good morning. How's it going, guys? Welcome in. Good morning. Did you guys have a good weekend? I spent most of my time outside on Saturday and Sunday, and then yesterday came around and I didn't do anything. I just chilled. I just relaxed the whole time. What's up, Florida? Robin? You were trading futures, I bet. How well can you guys see that chat box? I added that this morning, but it looks a little bad with the white background. Maybe over here. What's up, Justin? Snacks? Good morning. How you guys doing? Everybody have a good weekend? Yeah, we'll have to change that. So I wasn't able to test it without being live. So I can change the letters and stuff like that later. It's a little bigger now, so you guys might can read it. Might be able to. All right. So I found a good music site. So we got music today. Okay, that's not too bad. So how many of you guys traded futures yesterday? Good morning, Bentley, Coop Polo. Were you trading futures all the way through 1 p.m. yesterday, bro? All right, let's flip over and see what's happening. Ascended, good morning. Full day and 4x on the weekend. So you didn't take any time off, huh? You just traded the whole time. Nothing wrong with that. So we do have oil way up this morning. So oil is almost to that high. So the high on the yearly was 88-ish, right around 88. And we are like right there. Maybe even above on that candle. Oh, it's a little weird. That might be a program candle or an 8 a.m. candle. It looks kind of funny. But it's around 87.80 overall. The mic volume? Okay, yeah, I adjusted the mic volume today too. I tried to do some tweaks over the weekend since I had some extra time. Worked on finding some music. I added the chat box just to the cam, just so you can't really see the chat box on here. It wasn't really worth it. And then worked on my mic. Try to make this stream as high quality as I can for you guys. Music, good volume too, hopefully. Sounds decent in my headset. All right, what do we got top gainers? I'm going to guess TXMD is not up 345%, but I could be wrong. It is. So that looks like a buyout. Just looking at the chart. TXMD. Yep. Buyout at $10. So this is probably going to be the top gainer all day. I don't see anything blowing past 345%, and it's going to be stuck right here all day. Yep, $10 a share buyout. Thanks, guys. They had a reverse split. Oh my gosh, what a waste of a reverse split. But yeah, that's sick. I mean, if you were in this company, you are jumping for joy this morning. Because it closed at $2 and now it is at $10. So let me look at TMBR. That's a penny. May just be up on penny nonsense. So that actually looks like a news spike. Yep. So TMBR, FDA breakthrough therapy designation for the treatment of congenital. Not even going to try to pronounce that. But there you go. So, FDA breakthrough therapy designation is pretty decent, especially for a penny. Not bad at all. So we'll keep that one. That's probably why that's the top gainer. CTT. Oh man, what a chart. That's the news on CTT. That chart and the average volume and stuff on that doesn't look like something I'm really interested in playing. What's up, Making Sales? Good morning. Yep, Agri. I agree with that. It's kind of flagging over the 50 SMA, and you got all your lines right here. It's not perfect, but it's kind of an ascending. Oh, back that way too far. Kind of an ascending with like a 310 top, 3 to 310 top, going higher here. It's not perfect. Where's wheat at? So wheat's down again, but Agri really hasn't cared lately. Agri just doing its own thing. So let's see. What'd you have? BTTX. Yeah, that chart's been stuck in this range. It needs that blow off top at 250. Hey, friend Nurky. Good morning. Welcome. So yeah, BTTX is still very much ready. It needs a good volume break of 250 to whatever, 250. You would like to see it continue to make higher lows, and it could still trade in a range through here, but up through 250, it's got a wick here, 268, but it's got room to 3 easy. And the 200 SMA is a mile away at 573. So we got that going on. And now we make our way to the Oilers. The Oilers are up because of oil itself. HUSA up 32% this morning. Looks like it closed at 377. Hit a high of 540 already this morning. The daily has room. I mean, we saw this run to, I think it was 18 maybe in pre-market up here that day. But look at this chart. It was set up. It was ready to roll. Ready to break out. So above, it was perfectly lined up with the 50 and that trend line over 4. So now we're going to open up here unless something catastrophic happens. But you see there's resistance here, 550. 550 to 6 has got some resistance. There may still be some bag holders in this range from buying the dip from this fall off, and then it ended up fading. Yeah, crude's nuts. Crude is insane right now. But Huso was ready to roll on the chart. And we've been trading it like every time oil spikes, we'll trade it a little bit and it just pops a little, fades, pops, fades, pops, fades. But this time, oil made the real move, so did Huso. Indo, same way. Indo's chart, not as pretty, but similar type setup. Because they run together, I feel like they have the same algorithm. They have similar pattern. That one's not as pretty. $20 is the 50 SMA on that, which it's already almost there. Yep, VTNR. Let's look at VTNR. VTNR was flagging for days and days and days over 14. And now we're pushing up towards 15. This one is slower on the day. It's not like going to have this parabolic massive run on the day. It has had a good day before here, like 12 to 14. But it's more of a slow and steady, just continue higher and higher. TBR. Yeah, Neuro was wild. Neuro was lower flow, I'm sure, but it ran from what felt like $2 to $3 to $20, $30. One second, guys. There we go. Had to fix the subscriber goal up there. It wasn't updating correctly. Yeah, Neuro was much more of a loaded gun than TMBR. Might not have to go to the weekly. Let me look at the daily. So yeah, Neuro was just plain nuts. It was around 350, ran to 10 the first day, gapped up to 17, 18 the next day, ran to 40. And then the next day opened at 40 and sold all the way down to about 20 range. And then it had several days that were really good. And that's why it ran so well recently, because it just had that run before. People love to play former runners because they see the potential, you know. This ran to 38 bucks before, you know. This can run. People will get on this. It's kind of gets that name attached to it, gets that positive attitude attached to it, to where people see it. It's ran before. Good news again. Let's hop on this one. Just like anytime PRPO has a any kind of PR, everybody thinks of the time that it halted for like 4 hours and opened $8 higher. Which was a crazy day. That was like height of the nonsense. Anything on the gainer list I'm missing that had fresh news? I see some Oilers. AUI is gold. Gold up 17%. Marks is oil. Callum, good morning. Jordan, oil is up a lot. It's around 120 a barrel on crude. I look at USO though, it's at 87, near the yearly high. Yeah, PRPO is a fun one, Broda. That was a fun one. Good afternoon, Callum. Are you on break or are you off today? Yeah, so the AMC GME, you're right. This last run up could be to the ER. You know, let's get potential, get the hype going up to ER. You're working tonight? Okay, sweet. Not sweet for you, but at least you get to look at the market right now. I know you do it anyways, but uninterrupted. This is kind of a nice morning vibe music right here. When you work at night, do you get any sleep if you trade the next day? I don't know how that works out. Or is it more sleep than normal? So AMC's trying to push higher here, actually. AMC's got a little flag, needs over 16.4. No candle close over 16.3 yet, though. So there's 16.4. Up through 16.4, 16.5 on the way. Yeah, we'll definitely keep a watch on TMBR. Yeah, Callum never sleeps. You pronounce that Louis? Sounds like an Italian name. Are you Italian? Nice. So AMC breaking up near high day here. 1662 is the pre-market high. Volume is coming in though, as you see right here. Oh, you're LOL. Okay, I got you. I got you. See, when I see people's actual names and not their Discord names, I lose it. HUSA, I think it depends on oil. If it opens weak, I think it can pop it open. You don't want to see it blowing its load in pre-market. Which it's turning weak right now, which is good, in my opinion. You don't want to see it go nuts in pre-market. Make it look weaker, let the shorts load in, and then get the opening pop. So AMC double top for now. GameStop's not really moving. AMC's kind of the lead dog at this very moment. But yeah, I love HUSA. I love trading HUSA. But it's definitely, you're going to have to watch oil on it. Since oil's gapped up so much, it may pull back. Thanks, LOL. Appreciate it. Thanks for being here. So AMC may be a trade through 16.6 here. Yeah, Indo is so thin. It's insanely thin. Especially in pre-market. This song kind of feeling like spa music. Gonna put me back to sleep. There we go. It's a little better. Bianca, good morning. Thanks for being here. Did you have a good weekend? Ooh, I just saw this. BQ down 82%. Is that going to be a D list or something? Wait. What the heck is that? Did it have like a forward split? Oh, it had changed its ratio of shares. Okay. So this is not actually moving at all. Sweet snacks. You'll love it, man. I love this chair. I know you got a little bit different one, but this chair's awesome. I felt like waking up late this morning, but I wanted to be here for you guys at 8. I'm going to step away for just a second. I'll be right back, and then we'll have 8:30 news pop. Alright, I'm back. Let's see what we got. Maybe some decent news will come out at 8:30. But for right now, TMBR and AMC are really the only things moving upward at this very second. This through 44. Forgot to look at the daily for TMBR. So TMBR is going to have resistance at 50. That is the psychological resistance as well as the 200 SMA. Above that, it's got a gap that starts at 58, 59 level and goes all the way up to around 70, 68 to 70. All depends, but I think, let's look here. TMBR, 63 million float. So that's not terrible for a cheap stock. That's not terrible at all. So this could definitely get moving if it continues to get volume. Oh, thanks, Shiny. Appreciate it. Thanks for all the thumbs up. And, I mean, if you just leave me on the background, you don't have to watch the whole time. Just any kind of view is a support, and I appreciate it. GovX. Let's look at GovX. GovX has been great over the past week. I've still got a trend line drawn. So GovX daily, really struggling with that 200 level. Cannot get through it. You want to see a high low stay in, so this is not a daily bear flag breakdown. So maybe hold, definitely hold 2. Actually, it's under 2 right now. Okay, so it's going to have to hold the bottom of that wick. So let's say best case, hold over 180. And it still has range. But that's it's a very volatile one, and it has a lot of range. So it started at 79 cents to a high of 350 within 3 days. So now it's got all the range to trade in between, let's say $1 and $3. So it really needs to pick a direction. But it's kind of struggled. I mean, every time it tries to break out, fades back. Tries to break out, fades back. Tries to break out, fades back hard. I think I had the offering right here. But even after the offering, I mean, it's traded sideways. It's still definitely in play. TMBR through highs here. AMC with a little pullback. Okay, so yeah, this is hanging out around here. Boar. That actually has a decently strong daily. BORR. So it's got a rough trend line going higher. It needs through, it's already up through. So 52-week high, 569. That's pretty much where it's already tapping through this morning. Low volume. But yeah, that could go higher with oil as well. TMBR up to 46 test now. It's trying to start breaking loose a little. So yeah, you want to see it push up through the 46 level up towards 50 if you're in this. 1 minute may provide a little bit better look. Yeah, it went down to the 20 on the 1. Now it's riding the 9 EMA. A little easier to see than this one on the 5 where it kind of just hung on VWAP and looks like it was floating here. So up through 46, 47 test now. So I could see through 47. I could see it testing 50 soon. It's getting decent volume. $46.95 on the ask. Okay, so they actually sold through that now. Still getting volume though, it's just slowing down, selling back just a little bit. You'd like for it to stay above 45 though. Yeah, there when it slipped a little bit back below 45. So not wanting to really break through, but it's more of a slow and steady, so you could watch to see it pull back to maybe the 44 range. Yeah, so it did not like 47. Wow, rejected hard through 47. That's the timber action I remember. SPY pulling back some more, down to 412 level. I took a YOLO put on Friday. It looks like it's going to pay, unless it has some weird decay. I got 415 put when we were at like 414.30. So I bought a little bit too early before the breakout, but looks like it should be decent this morning now. This song slaps. So I don't know what genre this is, but you think we're going back under 410 today, Rhoda? This is like a country dubstep. Yeah. Just list it as electro. This is sick though. Yeah, I mean, at open, since I did get my gap down, and I hope to God it holds for another hour down here, I'll probably scale out some of it and maybe hold like a contract just for the potential, you know. So timber went down to VWAP level, trying to hold the 20 on the 1 as well. AMC down to the 9 on the 5. Let me pull that up. On the level 2. So we did get the double top. Oh, you get a new SPY swing challenge? Like swinging futures or options or what? See where this candle ends up closing. Options only. Okay. I mean, if you are good with options and know where to buy out, so it's not too far out of the money that it doesn't make sense. You know, it has, like if you buy one at 10 cents, but you're buying a 480 call, it makes no sense. Even if you see, oh my God, this can go to 1 cent, from 1 cent to $1, it doesn't matter. Like, you got to be realistic with it. So if you're smart with it and pick the right time frame and the right dollar amount, you can make a lot of money that way. Just because it has a lot of potential doesn't mean that you need to try that as a YOLO. Oh, they didn't want it to go over there. That's kind of funny. You may not exercise your warrants. So AMC's holding the 9 on the 5 so far. I don't want to buy down here yet, though. We got SPY weakness this morning. It had that pull down candle, so I would want to wait. Yeah, that would be nice. I mean, there's no real swing trades right now in the market. So SPY is literally the only thing that moves and continues like on a path at least. So hope you guys do well with that. Ooh, Mullen. The Mullen momentum. Let's look. Had news at 8:30. I completely missed it. Impressive solid state polymer battery test results. Ooh. That's pretty big. For an EV, 600 miles of range on a full charge. Given it's just data, it's not like they actually did this, but the data from the battery, it's pretty big. We'll see. Mullen gets hype from not a whole lot because it's a Colt stock, so let me pull that up over here. That took a few minutes to get going, huh? This one's heavy on the level 2. But yeah, decent volume coming in. Jan's super thin. Okay, so Jan sold something for $13 million. Mulling up to the 110 test now. See if it shreds right through this. A little bit of a refresh on 110. So there's only 78K on the ask though, 80K. The bid's 97, 100K. So I could see it shredding through this if the volume keeps up. 67K, 40K now, 30. Okay, it's through 110 now. Mullen's a heavier one, but once it gets going, it's like a freight train. So, see where it ends up going. 111, 112 now. I think people kind of missed that news. It took a little bit to really get going, but it's starting to break up a little bit now. $113. Wow, look at that strength. So the daily, let's see if we got any resistance levels specifically. 120. So 120 is going to be some resistance coming up right here. But it's starting to break loose a little bit. 117, 118. So once we broke through 110, we got a really nice stick there. This is the biggest 1 minute volume stick of the day. Thanks for bringing up MULN, Snacks. Yeah, Nile's connected to everything through ownership. So I would imagine NILE to get a pump off of MULN. Maybe from the man himself. My thoughts on Cool Ranch Flaming Hot Doritos, they were fantastic. I love hot and spicy stuff, and I love Cool Ranch. So it was weird for spicy to have that Cool Ranch flavor. But I really liked it. I didn't even know they existed. I thought I'd been missing out for years, but I think they just came out in the end of the year last year. Well, those were really good. So Mullen, a little pullback here. It almost got its 120 test. And it kind of went parabolic for a second. It broke through like 112, 113 and kind of skipped through up to 118, 119. Let me go back. This sounds like a Dr. Disrespect song. I'm down for it. Alright, so yeah, MULN pulling back a little. That was probably target number 120 range. It didn't quite touch it perfectly. Maybe watch for a pullback here, the 9 on the 1. That'd be the first line of support, and then the 110 level as well right underneath it. SPY down to the 412 level still. Okay, AMC has fallen through the 9, and it's down to VWAP in the 20. So this might be a decent ad spot if it is going to reverse. This is low-end support that you want to see hold, and also previous resistance. 1575 level. So keep that 1575 level up on AMC. Mullen bouncing a little bit from the 112. You want to see it push higher the next candle or two. So 114's only got 30K on the ask. Now it's got 90K. It's amazing how quick Mullen can go from thin to heavy. And that's why you can't watch the level 2 that much on these that are super, super heavy. Because they're always loading and reloading and pulling and moving their bids and asks. You got to watch the chart. Really needs up to the 114 level pretty soon, I think. So, it says 37K on the ask. It's getting decent volume, but you really want to just see the chart break upwards here through 114 to around 116 again. It's flagging nicely, though, if it can just get through 114. Okay, so there's 114 break. Can it go any higher? Yeah, Mullen is really hard to read on the level 2 just because it's so thick. And I know that sounds disgusting the way I just said that, but the level 2 is very thick. So 100K bidder now, 114, 115 is getting tapped. It's not really getting shredded yet, but the chart is looking upwards now. No candle has closed above 115 on the 1 minute. So it could potentially get its first 1 minute close over 115 if it continues through right here. A little bit of a refreshing wall, but I feel like there's a refreshing wall everywhere. Only 20K on the ask now, 115. Okay, 115 is through. Wow, this thing is just insanely heavy. I would imagine that it should push up if it closes this candle over 115. Not a whole lot of selling pressure at this very second. I'm watching the level 2 over here on this camera, or this screen. So it's starting to hit the 116 level now. 25K left on the ask. So, okay, 116 just did a pretty big refresh. So let's see if they start trying to hit the bid now. AC, what's up, man? Good morning. I don't know if you guys have heard that, but Alexa literally said good morning back to me. I did not say Alexa, I said AC. Okay, there's Mullen up through. So just randomly, it got the volume to shove it all the way through 16, 17, 18, and now we're at 119 test and Hive Day. $120, like I said earlier, is going to be resistance. What the heck? I don't think that actually just hit that price. I think my chart just showed it. Oil is going to be fun today. Morning, Steven. What's up, man? Yep, Mullen's one that people love and a prior runner. Be right back. All right. Don't say the word Alexa. And I don't know why I said Alexa. It was actually Siri. It was my phone. So when I said AC, I guess the phone thought I said Hey Siri. My accent's not that bad, is it? So Jan up a ton on that 13 million sale. I guess because it's so thin. No 1 minute has closed over 382. Excuse me. Boxes are defeated. Purpose always fleeting. I pose questions to this. Okay. There we go. Yeah, oil. Did it go higher already? So much happening this morning. A lot to watch. So AMC just put in a tweezer bottom around 1560 level, and it's trying to continue to close those candles high. So AMC, definitely watch this level for reversal. SPY bounced a little bit. Just die so I can get out of my puts. And then you can do whatever you want. So yeah, oil pushing up. I'm guessing Husa pushing up. Mullen at the 120 test. So we've got some decent action so far in pre-market. Okay, so Husa's actually flagging right here. Watch this through like 515. Go look at the level 2 on that. With oil at Hive Day. This is a 1 minute flag, but it's still a flag. Pre-market high, Husa 543. So through 515, could have a retest of maybe 530. Oh, she heard me through the video? That's hilarious. Oh my god. That's real bad. My bad. I want to see if this starts getting volume right here. I like the setup on Husa. May wait for the end of this 5-minute candle to start getting action. There's a little bit of action. 511. But it needs through the 515 level, I think. It breaks. It's kind of gotta. I'll draw the trend here for you guys. I'm so used to just kind of seeing these in my head. So it's actually breaking up a little bit right now. Through that trend that I saw. So 520 test. Oh my gosh. Your Alexa. Oh my god, I just said it again. You're gonna have to mute me. Your device must be super sensitive. Yeah, Husa still struggling with that 515 level. Rejected it again, huh? So 515 was the big level, so now we're pulling back a little bit to VWAP. VWAP in the $5 range. Hughes is one of those that could definitely pull that crazy trap move that we continue to see day in and day out. Straight down and then the next candle straight up. So keep it on watch. But I think the trade now is through 515 or buy dips as low as you can to 505, 5 to 505. In between, it's kind of stuck in a little range here. Jan, not a whole lot of volume, but it is a super thin one. You want to see the candle over 385 on the 1. AMC still trying to hold. This candle closed a little weaker though than what we were seeing. Oh, okay. Alright. Yeah, I've seen those. Those are cool. But as long as AMC holds 1560, I mean, it's still got the bottom support in. Doesn't really matter where the lines are, where VWAP is. It's going to put in support where it wants to put in support and hold it. Husa back above 510 now. It's coming up on 9 a.m. though. Just keep that in mind. Some funky action usually happens at 9, even though it's not Robin Hood o'clock anymore. A lot of potential today. Jan, AMC, GameStop, Oilers, Mullen. Forgot about Mullen. So I guess the drawing on this was a little off. Need it right about there. So Husa, they might be trying the trap move just now. It fell down. And they're spiking it back up. I'm not taking a position though unless it gets up through here. Jan with some late volume. That might be getting a special push from a certain place. I'm not sure, but it's getting some higher relative volume. So Jan, yeah, up through 4. Mullen went up through 120, but now in the 5-minute, we kind of got a double top at 124. Mullen could do like a hammer candle at open. It's a much heavier one. Maybe look to buy 110 level again. Houston might wait. It might hang around this level till open. Be a better breakout that way if it did. Alright, this song's a little weird. But this is a nice 1-minute pattern though on Husa. Looks about perfect. I don't know if they're going to break it up now though or not. Jan's still getting high relative volume. I don't know if it's getting a push or not though. Seems like a prime suspect for a shove. ISIG 13D. Only 5%. U.S. house price index for March, 19%. Jan's the only thing with action right now. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what 19% means either. March 19% versus 19.3 U.S. house price index. Surely that doesn't mean that house prices went up 19% over the year. I mean, over this past year, it wouldn't surprise me, but I don't think it's common for prices of houses to go up 20% each year. Rhoda might know. Sounds like a futures term. Husa still holding this level. Low end $5 range. Needs through this trend line in 515. Jan flagging a little over $4 range. Be careful with this one though, because it's very thin. Oil kind of had a pullback too, given it was on low volume anyways. Still up 2.76% on USO though. SPRC. Yep. Did that one? Yeah, that was running Friday, right? No, Thursday. Yeah, it's a super thin one. Getting a couple taps though. Jan needs a candle over 410 now. AMC's still trying to hold this level. Are they trying to force a shoulder, head, shoulder here? Head and shoulder type pattern? You never know until it happens, but it's starting to look head and shoulder-y so far. I feel like every time Jan tries to break upward, they pull an ass down to right above the bid and try to walk it down. Houston's still rejecting this trend line on 1. AMC just fell through lower. So everything held up nicely until 9 a.m. Houston's still holding up very nicely though. Jan still flagging over 4. Okay, speaking of Houston, now it's having its pullback. So, pullback level. Oil didn't go down that much, but HUSA did pull back some there. Under 5. Let's look at the 5-minute now. It held 490 earlier, so it could hold the 490 to 5 range and still be in play. But that particular pattern that we were just looking at kind of broke down unless it really gets bought back up here, which I kind of doubt it. Yeah, it closed low. So Houston not as pretty as it was, but still 100% in play. Oh, now we're pulling back to 490. Let me pull up the level 2 on HUSA. That's interesting. They couldn't get that pattern to break out, so now they're selling off a little. You see the 200 on the 5, it's at 478, so around the 480 level. But like we were talking about earlier, if one opens weaker, it generally can pop better at open than one that opens high. But Houston definitely watch with oil overall today. I'm going to go off of that for a second since it's kind of out of play at this very moment. This could be the reason that's pulling Houston down. Indo is looking weaker too. Jan pulling back. AMC still holding 15.5. Maybe that'll be the line in the sand for it. Anything else you guys see? Any charts you want to look at? Got about 10, 12 minutes left till 9:20. Oh yeah, Mullen. Forgot about Mullen. So Mullen still looks decent. Looks real decent. It survived that level. Didn't even go down to 110. GovX, yeah. GovX could pop too. I agree. Mullen struggling a lot with 124. Let me see what the level 2 looks like. Like I mentioned earlier, Mullen is so heavy that the level 2 doesn't matter that much. But usually if there's like a really massive ask there, that's going to be the problem. But nothing really at 124. 122 right now has 195,000 on the ask. And they're pulling it down a little bit with that ask. AMC bounced back up now. It found a bottom wherever it wanted to find a bottom. 1555. So now up near VWAP level. You'd want to see that maybe dip and rip at open on AMC. Could pull back to this level even. AMC likes to dive hard at open and hammer, so don't try to jump in front of the hammer though. It's like jumping in front of a knife. Just wait to see some green action. Don't try to find the bottom on your own because you're not going to find it. Jan has some strength on news that wasn't like phenomenal. 13 million is a lot to like me and you, but usually companies it's not a huge deal. But it's up 90% now. Maybe it's getting this run just because it was a meme stock prior and didn't really get the meme run lately. Wow. My Zoom is having a lot of issues this morning. It had a 2-candle pullback though over $4 on the 5-minute and now breaking higher. I need to step away for just a second. I'll be right back. Alright. On a morning he's not so cranky, I'll introduce you guys to Noah. He's not too happy today, so but another day he's happier. I'll bring him in here, let you guys say hi. Yeah, Jan has a small flow. I think that's what you're talking about. But it's kind of melting up. 440 now. This could be a blow its load and pre-market type move though. It's really kind of moving hard. Let me pull up the news again. Make sure I didn't miss something. Sold GeoTrack for 13.5 million. Yeah, I thought it was, but look at it. I thought it was a Rosh special right here. But now it's went from 4 to 5 and I'm just sitting here twiddling my thumbs. Usually a Rosh special, I mean, you'll see this right here. You'll pop up to 421 and then nothing higher. But This one absolutely exploded. Guess it was the only thing in play. Just hit a big resistance though, $5, 120% on the day. Oh, this candle. Wow, so he bought through 450. Okay, so AMC is holding its level for now. That's a big 5-minute candle. That's a 25% move from 4 to 5. And the news is not, it's one of those things like you can't predict news. Like, yeah, the news sounds mediocre, but then the ticker's low float and everybody wants to jump on it this morning. So it is what it is. Just like bios that get FDA approval will go up 2 cents and down $1. It's just market reaction over news headline with a little bit of I'm adding from other people. So I see it getting pretty big resistance at 5. It may push through and then fall back down. But what target are they really looking for? Unless this is just going to be the low float exploder today. Daily resistance now at 575 over 5. But the news itself was not that substantial. I think, was it Jimmy that mentioned it? Yeah, Jan has news. Yeah, Jimmy mentioned it earlier. It had news. I mean, it popped that first candle really big, but then you read into it and say, oh, they just made $13 million. And for a company like that's listed on the NASDAQ, it's not a huge deal to get 13 million, but just became a trading body. That's what happens. Time for a pre-market Dr. Pepper. So I would say overall AMC is trying to put in the 15.5 support. Could it go down to the 50 on the 5 and bounce? Absolutely. Jan, I would imagine that it's blown its load in pre-market. Let's look at the daily. Yeah, see these big days that it usually gaps up, it ends red. So pre-market warrior probably. Indo Husa on watch with oil. TMBR still on watch, even though it's pulled way. Actually, that looks pretty ugly now. TMBR might hold 35. And then MULN needs through 124. We got a multi-top 124 now on MULN. SPY pushing back up a little bit, but I could see it fading back down at open. Any other charts I'm missing, guys? GovX maybe. BTTX, let me pull that back up too. Yeah, GovX doesn't look fantastic, but it could pop, I guess. Same with BTTX. in agri. These all just need a volume breakout. They're not really going to go based on news, based on momentum today. They would be going based on a daily breakout and volume coming in. AMC, on the other hand, and JN and Mullen, Timber, Houston, Indo are all on momentum from today. So those will probably take first tier. And if none of those go, you start pulling back and looking towards Agri, BTTX, GovX, things that have ran recently, just so traders can get some action. So watch the 1535 to 1550 pullback and bounce on AMC this morning. If it pushes straight up, you might actually see it fade. AMC, you like to see the dip and rip. But I'm not seeing much more. Thanks for everybody for being here this morning. Thank you for all the likes. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for keeping me on in the background if you did. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for bringing stuff up for me to talk about. I hope you guys had a great weekend and are ready for this week. Hopefully it's a great week. Hopefully it's a smooth week. Last week was much, much better. It felt like a better theme overall. It felt like a better action overall. So hopefully we keep trending in the positive direction. And I'll be right back here at 8 a.m. tomorrow. Hopefully all you guys are too. And I will see you guys in the morning. Peace.